Well, hey everybody, Martika here and welcome to my channel. So I am back with you today with another collaboration. This is a Mother's Day dress collaboration with Talisha from Creativity by T. We got together and we decided to pull yet another pattern that we saw a lot of people purchase but not really do anything with. And it's also something that we both had been wanting to sew up for a long time, but just kind of forgot about it. So before we get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Sit back. You're getting ready to take a little ride with me. And thanks for stopping by. And if you are returning, you already know I appreciate you and welcome back. So you guys, if you do not follow Talisha with Creativity by T, you need to, okay? I will definitely be putting her collaboration video link in my description box. So make sure you get over there to watch her video on her version of this dress. So let's get into the details of this dress because I am pretty excited about it. First of all, yes, I am wearing this dress right now, okay? So I love this dress and I am talking about McCall's 8281. Where did I get 5 from? I'm looking at my own notes. But McCall's 8281. And let me bring it up here for you so that you can see it. You guys, we did view C, okay? That is the view that that the model is wearing. And hopefully you're not getting a glare from this. If you are, I will be sure to put the photo of it up on the screen. Now, with this particular dress, you not only get like the calf length version, but you get a shorter version with shorter sleeves. And then you also get a shorter version with long sleeves. And you can also put the long sleeves on any of the views if you want. So for this particular dress, I did write out all of the details to this dress. You guys, I am absolutely in love with this dress. There is a twist to this though, so be sure to watch for it. It's coming. So first of all, to give you the details of this dress, the fabrics that it did call for is gauze, linen, cotton blends, stable knits. You can do this dress with the stable knit and it would be very comfortable because this is a very comfortable dress to wear. Now, there are no notions for the view that I did. However, if you are doing view B, the one with the long sleeves, you do need 2 5/8 of an inch buttons, and that's pretty much for the wrist to close that up. So as far as what I cut out, there was some movement going on in this, okay? So at first, okay, and this is very important. First of all, I used 3 5/8 yards of fabric. And this fabric I have had for a long time, you guys. I got this fabric at Joann's when they were having a clearance sale. Probably, I'm going to say probably 3 years now, maybe. It's been a while since I bought this fabric and I bought quite a bit of it, probably about 5 to 6 yards of it, I believe. And when I bought it, it was on clearance. If I am not mistaken, I think it was like $4 a yard. Okay. So I've been sewing on a budget for a long time. And that's why I get so much of the fabric when I see it for prices like that, because you save so much money. So I only use 3 5/8 yards of fabric for this. You also need interfacing and then your thread, like I said before. Okay, so let's get back into what I cut. So for the bodice, I cut a small. However, you guys, the small ended up being too small. Let me explain. And this is why I strongly suggest, if you are going to make this particular dress and you're bustier, I would strongly suggest doing a muslin of the bodice itself, simply because, let me explain. I am like usually between sometimes like 39.5 to 40 in the bust area. So the finished garment measurement for the small was a 39, and I graded it out to a 40, okay? To where I figured to get that fit, it should have been loose enough. That was not the case, you guys. It was not the case. It did fit, but it was very fitted, okay? So that fit, it's that particular fabric that I cut out. Luckily, I had plenty of more fabric to cut out another bodice. But that particular bodice is not going to go to waste, because what I figured is that with the fit that it had going on, it's going to be really, really cute when I add a peplum bottom to it. Okay, so it will be a peplum top, and it's going to be so cute with some jeans. Okay, so it won't go to waste. But I did go ahead and do a muslin. Okay, and I luckily the parts that I cut off of the pattern, I kept them for whatever the reason. I usually don't even do that. I kept them. Okay, so I was able to tape that back onto the bodice pattern piece and cut out a medium instead. And so I made a muslin. Now the finished garment measurement for the medium is 42.5 bust. Now that's about 2 inches or so, at least 2.5 inches larger than what I normally am, but it's what fit great. So if you're not used to sewing with wovens, or like I said, if you are bustier, or if you just want to be sure, just do a quick muslin of the bodice, because even the tissue fitting for me wasn't getting it. And that's my favorite way to fit. So sometimes I do have to make a muslin. So I did cut out a medium for the bodice. All right. Now for the skirt, I cut out an extra small, because it's a lot of, skirt going on. It's flowy, not just overpowering on the amount of fabric that's needed, but it's loose. So it's not a tight fitting skirt. So I cut out an extra small, and that was due to the fact that the waist measurement for my finished measurement, my waist is about a 34.5. I think it might be down to a 34 now. I'm steady going down, y'all. But yeah, I'm going to grade it like at a 34, between the 34.5, because I want to make sure I have the room. So the smallest was the extra small, and the finished measurements on the waist was 35.5. So I definitely cut out the extra small for the skirt itself. Now, as far as the shortening of the skirt, which I always have to do, because if I didn't shorten this skirt, it would have been on my feet. But I wanted that like calf length finish too. So I did look at the finish measurements as far as the length of it, and measured it with my measuring tape. And I shortened this skirt by 5 inches at the shorten and lengthen line. So yeah, you'll just have to play with that depending on how tall or how short you are. So I shortened it by 5 inches. Now, after doing the muslin, after cutting out, making sure that it fit, the fit was perfect, and all of that good stuff, then I was ready to cut out my fabric. So let me see what else. The armhole facings are a little different on this dress. You had a wider armhole, like for the front, armhole facing for the front, and then it was like a thinner one for the back. And according to like the instruction photos, it had it to where when you attach it on, everything was like totally even. I still don't understand the purpose. Maybe it was to make this stand out the way that it is. I don't know. But when I serged them together at the endings, what I did, I serged the edges, and then I just kind of diagonally went over to make sure that my armhole ends were just all connected, okay, without necessarily taking away that extra width from my armhole. So let me show you what I'm talking about, because I still have the previous armholes that I had when I cut the shirt too small. So let me show you. Okay, so Okay, so this is the armhole. This is what it looks like. Now this right here is like the front, and then I'm gonna flip it. This is the back armhole facing. Okay, you see the difference of the width. So what they want you to do is they want you to finish the outside edges of it. So what I did when I got like to this part right here, I just let my serger just kind of diagonally go over and connect with that edge, and I just stayed around the edge of it. So the only part that was kind of cut off was this corner right here. But I just kept my edges all the way around with my serger piece, and that's how I connected. And when I got here, I just made sure that my serger went all the way down to the edge so that I could keep going around the edges. Now that is the first time, I'm not gonna lie, that I've had like two different widths of armholes, like armhole facings like this, but it is what it is. There's a first time for everything. And it wasn't hard. When I went to attach it, you attach the inner part, which is totally fine. And then when I went to sew down the top, do some top stitching for the armhole itself, the facing, it was just fine. So yeah, I guess it's for a purpose, but it worked out. So you just have to kind of mess around with it as you can. Now, as promised, I told you that I would break down pricing for you for my makes since I do sew on a budget. Now, like I told you before, the fabric itself was about $4 a yard. Matter of fact, it was $4 a yard when I bought this fabric. And I cut 3 5/8 yard, or I use 3 5/8 yards of fabric. Okay. Now, that equaled out to $14.50. And then when you add the little bit of interfacing that was needed for this part here, and you add on the thread that was needed, I just estimated it at about $1, okay? Because it's really hard to break down the amount of thread. And as far as the interfacing, it wasn't a lot at all. There was also interfacing like on the facing pieces too for the armhole. That's it. About $1. It wasn't a lot at all. So total, I would say that this dress cost me to make about $15.50. Yeah. Oh, no, take that back. When you add on the pattern, let's not forget the $1.99 pattern that I got with that. We're talking about $17.50. So all in all, this dress, you guys, hands down, it is a winner. It is very, very comfortable to wear. If you're looking for a loose fitting dress that you can dress up or down, because you better believe I will be throwing on my cute little tennis shoes with this dress, where if me and my husband are going for a day out, a Saturday or something, going to lunch, I will definitely throw on some tennis shoes or some sandals with this dress, some flat sandals. But if you want to dress it up, you absolutely can. I am putting on like my nude heels or my black heels, whatever matches this. I'm putting it on with this dress. And this dress is what I do plan to wear for Mother's Day. And it's just like a perfect Mother's Day dress. If my grandson climb up on me, I am totally fine. This dress is comfortable. It's linen. It's cool. It's perfect, you guys. So I highly recommend this particular pattern if you have it in your stash. If you do not, go ahead and pick it up at the next McCall's $1.99 sale at Joann's. However, for a twist, if you remember, if you've been following me for a while, this fabric might look a little familiar to you. Well, it is, because I actually made a handbag out of this fabric. Do you remember? Okay. You guys, when I decided to use this dress, use this fabric for this dress, I thought of that handbag and I was like, that's going to be so cute, I think, on Mother's Day. So I'm not going to go into all of the details of this handbag because I'm going to link the video in the description box if you want to go and check out the details for it. But This is McCall's 8375, and I made View D. It is the bag she is carrying right there. And you guys, this particular bag is so easy, so easy. And it's labeled as an easy bag. As a matter of fact, I think I just spoke about this in one of my videos. I think it was like for gifts or something for Mother's Day, maybe. But for this particular bag, I only needed, as far as the fabric go, it's like cotton blends, linen. So like I told you, this is a linen blend and that's what I use for it. And there are no notions for that bag. That's all I'm gonna tell you about it. Okay. You can go and check out the video for the details of it. So let me get your opinion. Does my dress look like the pattern itself? You tell me. And let me know too if you have this pattern and if you think that you're going to wear it. Let me know that as well. So, thank you all for joining. I really had fun doing this with Talisha, bringing out some of these old patterns and that we don't have, or some of these patterns that nobody ever thinks of actually sewing up. This has been a lot of fun and we will be doing more of that. So yeah, subscribe if you have not. I don't know what you're waiting on if you still haven't by now, but go ahead and subscribe. And everybody, please give this video a thumbs up because it does help my channel. Don't forget to go watch Talisha's video and I will see you in my next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye and happy Mother's Day.